What's up, Blizzer Nation? Welcome back to Strictly Blizzness, episode 90.
We're in the 90s now.
Yes.
I won't say it. That's when you were born.
Welcome back to episode 90 again.
Here we are at 90.
Yep.
You know, I was thinking, a lot of people, when shows get to that 100 mark,
Yeah.
they do something special.
Okay.
I think we need to do something special for the 100th episode.
Like what?
I don't know, but I think we should ask the fans to tell us what they what they think we should do.
Go for it. Comment.
Yeah. I mean, it's
what
only
should we do for the 100th episode?
So it'll be right in the middle of the season.
Okay. Skydive in while filming an episode,
It'll
or
be more than the middle of the season, but we're not. No, we're not skydiving in.
the creative edge could do it.
Gee, maybe that's when we do the animated or the
we're gonna be a cartoon version.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Speaking.
Virtual
reality.
They could do their VR. Yeah.
So speaking of Creative Edge, huge shout out to Creative Edge, Edge VR, and Werner
Electric.
Thank you for making Strictly Blizzness go.
Fabulous. Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to the 100th episode.
Yeah. They're both like, we cut your dollars, you're out. There is no budget for your show.
We have no budget. No, all is good in Blizzness land. All is good in merchandise and everything Ryan and his crew does for game day.
Yeah. Huge shout out to that game day crew and getting the doors open, the Rush Center on the back of a crazy amount of events. Super proud of the staff who a lot of people don't realize don't get to step foot on that field until Sunday of the opener. So way to rally. Knapp and Selene, you killed it. And everybody that's come to a game and will come to more games, they only get better now that we've done a promo and all the other stuff. So mega shout out to the staff. I was in at 4, the rest of them 5:15 to 6, and they were there probably until 7:30, which is pretty crazy. So
yeah, it was a long day for your whole crew. And you know, I don't think that fans that are coming to the game don't realize how much goes into something like that. It's a performance in so many ways. It's not just a football game, but like you said, there was a changeover with the ice because the Gamblers had played. There were some lags or delay in getting us started that caused some issues. But as I left the message for you yesterday, whatever has happened, and I didn't even know all that stuff had happened. Whatever it is, nobody's going to know because you guys will put on a great, you'll bring it all together and put on a great show.
Doors opened and all bets were off and we were off to the races. And I think I finally stopped moving maybe for 10 minutes leading into half when I sat with Todd. And Todd, huge shout out. I know you watch these for coming. That was really cool to get to spend some time with you. Thanks for making it to a game. So
yes, it was great to have Todd in the building. Todd Tryon, our commissioner, was at the game yesterday, so he made the trip. I apologized to him afterwards, saying sorry you couldn't actually see a game. But we appreciated you in the building. And I say that because of the blowout of a score that we witnessed, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I still want to kind of concentrate on all the goings and all the comings and goings of what happened at the game, non-football related. From a fan perspective, we had a pretty good crowd for a Sunday.
Yeah.
So that was
kudos. It
was
awesome. Great. It's great because the next 3 will be even larger than that, which is nuts. So that was a really good open. And I think it's just all the work that's gone into it. I don't think the fact that there's not an 8th game has shifted attendance in any sort of way. Like, you know what I mean? People that would have come to an 8th are now coming to a different game. That's not the case. And so that was a crazy amount of people without any schools. And we all know what we do in school land. So the next 3 games will be absolutely ridiculous. So, yep.
So it was over 4,000 fans.
Yep.
But what's interesting is I saw a lot of new fans and talked to a lot of people who had never been to a game.
Yeah.
So whatever we did, from getting vouchers out there in front of new people bringing new people.
Right.
Hopefully they come back for a second game from a football perspective. But the ambiance of the event was cool. The snow was awesome.
Yeah.
Everything really worked out the way that it should. Donuts falling from the sky was fabulous.
I'll segue there because Nora, my daughter, got hit with a donut, and it was about the best thing that could have happened. Like she didn't even see the parachute coming in and totally got biffed with a donut. And I asked her when I got home, she's like, "Did you see it?" She's like, "Nope, I got hit with it, and it was awesome."
So she got hit with one that was projectile.
It was parachuting. She got hit with a donut. It was awesome.
So I knew that they were talking about Duncan. Yep. So I was telling everybody around me, look up. And there was nothing falling. And then all of a sudden I got one, almost clocked me. That
buzzed the tower with
that was like fired from the field. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are you guys throwing donuts?
We'll make sure there's plenty of donuts. So, yeah, it was great. And you had mentioned the snow. So, Jason and the Lighthouse crew, you guys are incredible. Like, what you did with snow in a matter of a year between games, like, they worked better. There was more snow. I'm glad we went on that journey with you. And I'm excited for Laser Show, Micah, all the other games you're involved in. So, huge shout out.
Yeah, it looked fantastic. Yep. And I had my wand because I came as the Snow Queen, which there's pictures that we put. And it looked like I was glowing, which was really cool. So I had this wand, and this little girl kept coming up to me. "What's that wand?" And I handed it to her, and I said, "It makes snow." And the few times that I was sitting in the stands was the few times we got a touchdown. So then I would do this, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh!" So it was pretty cool. That part was amazing.
Yeah. Aaron's and really Ken's, thank you as well for trusting us with your brand. That's the best way I can put that. In snow globes and whiteout bam sticks and the snow, two great partners who fit the theme with snow throwers and snow mobiles. So great partners, and we hope we did you justice from a promo wise, and we look forward to working with you again.
I think anybody that took the snow globe out, as we showed on the last episode, it was pretty cool. It's probably one of my favorite now that we've done from a promo perspective. It was just well done. You can tell it's Bruiser. You can tell it's an Aaron's. And
I saw, did you see that thing in the lobby? Man, it's legit a $19,000 snow tank. The Mammoth is. Mammoth moments at halftime look really sharp. Huge shout out to Creative Edge on our highlight segment that will be on social media going forward, but was at the game last night too. It was really, it looked like the one in the snow globe. The Mammoth in the lobby did. So,
Did we get Bruiser on it?
He was there for some photos. I can't, the number of times I've watched the game and made it to the lobby are 2 because of where else I was. So I think that if not, we'll send Bruiser out to Aaron's. So
because that was really cool to kind of do a live and then snow globe.
Because when they drove it in, because I was helping them get it in the lobby, I'm like, holy cow, it looks like the one in the globe. So
very cool. Very cool. I took a hit for the team last night. That's what's happening
like
here.
Literally, or
well, no, okay. I didn't get hit. No, I had said I was in costume, and whatever I had going on with my eyes, I paid for it last night. So,
we do that for you, Blizzard Nation. When we're both in costume on March 31st, we do that for you. Not for the 40 pounds in sweat I will lose being in costume. So,
do you know what you're coming as?
I have the one.
So that's
and it fits because he's coming back soon. So
you might as well bring it back.
And it's a really good one. And those aren't cheap when you and I do it right. So actually,
So will you be a hero now?
No.
He's still a villain?
Oh, that's a great question. So
I don't know. Because that's what I'm saying. Because in his new role, he's kind of a hero. I'm coming villain. So
I don't know what you're coming as, and that's weird because usually we order those. So
no. Didn't tell you.
I know, right?
Didn't tell you, but I got it all set.
I also didn't know what this one would look like until you showed up on the field with Todd. So
yeah, it was very interesting. But anyway, it was fun. So that takes care of game day. Merch sales went really well, so people were obviously in love with new merch.
And moving the stand didn't even phase you guys. You found it. I also got the numbers on the Blizzard Bomber and the Whiteout special. Dear Lord, we figured out that we do a good job of. We both Gatorade and the adult beverage. We just figured out that whether it's PA reads and all the incredible graphics PMI did, we got that message in front of fans because it was a great response to Gatorade and white cheddar popcorn and the Blizzard Bomber with beanies. There are some beanies left, so we'll bring that drink back probably the 20th season game because it just makes sense that it's there that game. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that wanted the beanies. I know for our family, there were quite a few.
I ran in, shout out to Michelle. I ran into her and Carl in a different line to say hi to Jay. Well, they say hi from Jay from Ken Sports. And they're like, where do I get the Blizzard Bomber? I'm like, I knew you'd ask. Let me get you there.
Because they're Jameson fans.
Yep.
Yeah. And shout out to them again for everything they did with Northwinds.
Yes.
They came to the game pretty excited because of everything that they put into training camp, and it was really cool to have them there.
Yeah, huge. They're really the next one we will see them because of how far up north they are is the Micah game because they sponsored that one for Faith and Family Night, and they're really excited for that game as well.
Right.
So, yep.
Yeah. So there was a lot of good stuff. There were a lot of people at the concession stands. I mean, every time I walked by, it was very long lines. So thank you again for all of those people that attended. Hope you enjoyed the presentation of the football. We'll get into the football in just a second, but hope you enjoyed the presentation that we tried to put together for all you fans. Snow globes went over really well, as we already said. You could hear the BAM sticks. I will say this. I knew it was a new crowd because, or we're just all sleeping.
I was sleeping.
Well, I wish I was sleeping. It might have been more of a nightmare though, but everybody was quiet during defense. We didn't really get into the game. So I think it was, we'd been away from football for so long.
Right.
I have new people next to me, to the right of me, very diehard, loud fans, which was awesome because I get pretty loud. I'm a little hoarse today from that as well. But it was really cool when they were getting engaged to get the rest of the fans engaged. So I know that we had a lot of new people there, as I said. Yeah,
and you'll get that when you have, it was, again, rewind the school conversation. It wasn't a bunch of young kids getting nuts besides FRC youth football. It was a bunch of corporate groups with families and stuff, and a Green Bay area moms group. So there was a decent amount of young kids there, but nothing like when you flood it with kids on schools who just have a natural rowdy at all times. So rewind kids night from last year. So to your point, that was a different type of crowd last night. So, and it was a 305, not a Friday beer special or
correct. Correct.
Yep.
So it did feel just a little bit different. So thank you all that attended. And again, we try our best to make it a welcoming environment and make it an environment for families and family entertainment. It's not just about the football. It's about everything else going on around the football. Our beach ball came back. We had the Dunkin' Donut. We had an actual donut stuck on the field, literally.
It did. It was almost, that might have been, I was
waiting for delay of game
for our first ops team caused penalty in my 9 years, your 10 years. That should have had Billy back and Jim not been laughing. And I think Mark absolutely saved the situation by making a PA read, and looks like we got a donut stuck on the field.
Yeah.
That probably was a flag coming our way. So.
Right. We were screaming because it was right in front of my seats. We were screaming to the ref that was right there. There's a donut on the field.
And we're not talking like one of the ones that parachute in. We're talking about a person in mascot.
Yeah.
Didn't know they had to get off the field. So
she was pinned in the end zone and no one was letting her off the field. So she was just wandering around as a donut.
You gotta waddle in those.
And there were people from the pit screaming at her, "It's not safe out there." And she's like, "I know." She said, "I totally broke the number one rule.
No mascot talking.
Yeah. So, and when I came around the corner, I said, "All right, which one of you got stuck on the field?" She's like, "Oh my gosh, it was me."
When I was up with Todd, Commissioner Todd, after that happened, he's like, "Dude, the donut thing was great." I'm like, "Well, at least we know we're not going to get emailed about this one."
So we know they can't just go and do. It's not that long of a timeout, so they have to.
Yes.
It was awesome though.
Little does she know, she will actually parachute in from the rafters. So.
Oh my gosh, it was great though. It was really.
Yep.
There's a donut on the field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the saying for this year since we now run on Duncan.
Yeah.
We'll have the Duncan play.
We now run off the field on Duncan too. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, all good.
Yep.
It was all good. So let's talk about the game.
Okay. I'm gonna lean on you because I joke about, like, I saw one play, Kathy. That was it. Like, and there wasn't a ton of fires or thing. It was just stop going. So I honestly saw one play.
Was it a good
the
play?
whole game. It was a scoring play.
Oh,
that
well,
was
see?
it.
That's
that
all
was
you
it.
wanted.
I saw
That's
the
all you
snow
needed
hit,
to see.
and I did not.
Do you know the final
outside
score?
of 70 something 30, right? I saw the final score graphic, but again, we get to D2s, and I thank all those kids that helped us as unpaid interns, and that was my night. It wasn't talking football. It wasn't going down that lane. It was thank you, because you were here since 4 a.m., some of you. So, yeah, honestly, we joke on this show about how much I don't pay attention. I didn't get a chance to. Nap was the same thing. This is the first time that I wasn't changed from my scrubby get field graphic clothes on to my game day stuff. I changed 5 minutes for the doors open. It was that last minute yesterday. So
yeah, it was crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
So hit me with it, and not like end the show. Hit me with it.
Well, I'd have to hit you upside the head with a board to explain that game. So first quarter was kind of a tit for tat kind of thing. It was going back and forth, and really thought, it's going to be whoever has the ball last is going to win. That's what it felt like. That's what it started with. We had a kick that we missed, and then they had a fumbled kick, so it ended up 6-6.
Sure.
And actually, side note, Logan's dad came and said he watches the show, so shout out to
that happened a bunch
the
yesterday.
Justice
Shout out
family.
to everybody that watches this. That's
yeah,
great. So,
that was really cool
Yep.
to have a parent of one of our players say, hey, just so you know, we do watch the show.
Yep.
So shout out to you guys and your family for watching. But it seemed like it was going to go our way. And so first quarter ended. I was feeling pretty good. And then between second quarter and fourth quarter, 56-0. Not 56-20. 0. So we got some work to do. We have some work to do both offensively as well as defensively. Our guys have to catch the ball. It has to get thrown to our guys. We had some turnovers. I can say that I thought Newbold was doing some great stuff out there. He was fired up, and shout out to him, because I think he was, if I had to pick a player of the game, I would say him or Steele. Either one of them they showed up. They did some great stuff. They made some mistakes as well. But in general, we just need to get better. Defensively, we just could not make a stop to save our lives at third and fourth down. It just wasn't happening. It was sad because we really thought we were prepared. I don't think it's a talent thing. I really don't. I don't think it's a talent thing. I do believe, and we've done this to ourselves season after season. We let the other team get in our heads, and they started, and Frisco is known for this. I love Billy Back. And I don't know if he coaches his players to do this. And maybe he does, but it works, clearly. They start the little crap to get in your head and the little words that get exchanged out there. And most of our guys didn't fall for it, but it was getting to them. And then you could see the heads hanging low. And Sioux Falls used to do that to us all the time, too. And that, to me, is not the kind of football we're trying to play. We're trying to play football. I get that a player should not get that much affected by words coming out of another player's mouth, but clearly they do. And then we had some unsportsmanlike that happened as a result of it, which is not good for anyone. I get this is an aggressive sport. Play the game. I get you're going to exchange words. It happens on NFL Sunday as well. It's just don't use it as a tactic. Right. The other thing, when they came out in pregame, we always do the 1, 2, 3, go Blizz.
Yeah.
Yeah, theirs was a 1, 2, 3, F Green Bay. So that's classy. That's really classy.
I know. Again, I don't remember where I was most of the night. So.
Yeah, so that was pregame, and so it kind of set the tone.
Okay.
And when you hear that just sticks in your craw, right? You're trying to put on a great football game, and that's how it starts. And I think once they got in our heads, that was it. And then we started making mistakes. And there's, guys can say, oh, I wasn't this, I wasn't that. You have to be prepared for game day. And this next game that's coming up is against Massachusetts. They're another great contender. If you looked at the preseason poll that came out, they're at the top along with Frisco. We're way at the bottom. We're third from the bottom. And I would have thought coming into this game that we would have taken out Frisco, or at least had a game, not win, maybe not win, but at least look like a contender and have a game like Quad Cities had on Friday night against Arizona.
Sure.
They were back and forth. And it was down to the last few seconds of the game for Arizona to get that win. We did not play that way. We just did not. And we got work to do. Along those lines, I have a rant.
Bum, bum, ba. That's not the sound effect we'll do, but I thought I'd try.
No. So my rant
Call it the end.
Yeah. Well, they might bleep me out for this entire portion of the show.
Hold on, Blizzard Nation. Yeah. Hit mute if you.
If your children, please turn off the volume for the next minute, because it might take me a full minute to get this out.
Okay.
I want to address the trolls that are out there in social media. And I get it. When you have a lambasting like we had, I expect people to be upset. If you think that I was not upset, or Larry was not upset, our coaches were not upset, our players were not upset, you're goofy. You're just plain old goofy. But you trolls out there that think that posting things like, they need new ownership, this team has sucked prior to them becoming owners. Remember when we used to have good attendance? Things like that, and not physically have been in our building for years, or have the audacity to find Larry and I on social media and then hit us up with, you need to sell the team or start cheating because you can't win a game. I have so many wonderful words for those people that I guess I won't share it, other than that one that you just heard. There is no reason to say stuff and do stuff like that. And the one that I got, Blair and I got it from the same guy, and then he was joking about it on our post about the game and the score, on how he had contacted the owners. Yeah, he contacted the owners, and the chicken blank that he is actually started talking to Larry about a former Blizzard fan, season ticket holder, used footage from that when that gentleman was a season ticket holder, told Larry that he needed to get some class because this gentleman, a former season ticket holder, had committed suicide, and said that he did it because of the Blizzard. Not a true statement. And then use that as fuel. Who does that? Right. Who does that? I mean, that is true troll. And I call you a because that's what you are. I'm not even going to mention your name on here because it's not worth mentioning his name. I'm not giving him any more fandom than he's already got or thinks he's got, because that's really what it is. I go back and we can review this at some time with Mitch. They all throw back to the AF2 days. People, the AF2 went under. It couldn't have been that great. I'm sorry. The AFL went under, not once, but twice, trying for number 3. You can't keep going back to glory days that weren't glory days. You think that they were glory days, but they were not glory days. You think you had all these fans in the stands, and he was referencing that, oh, we haven't had it since these two took over. We have the best attendance that we've had in how many years? It's been a long time.
Yep.
Long time. So I just say, for those of you, I get it. When there's a loss, you're going to hang somebody out to dry. You do that. But those of you that are saying that our culture isn't what it used to be, you have no idea what our culture is. You think you know by what's being presented on the field, but you have no idea the culture, the family atmosphere that not only are we trying to portray in the stands, but also between you and I, the people that work with us on game day, in the office, The blood, sweat, and tears that go into these games with our players, and then have the audacity to tell us, take your money elsewhere. It got me angry. And then I thought, because then I had Aaron Hackle and I were going back and forth, and he was saying, that the game sucked, Kathy, but I just want to tell you guys how great it looked to be there. And, then I have a fan like that, and I'm thinking, why do I even let those trolls get to me? Because we have so many other fans. They are appreciative of the fact that they can come to the Blizzard game with their family. It's economical. They can have fun. I get that you diehard football fans think we have to win every game. I understand that. My husband is the same way. Don't think that doesn't weigh heavy on us, but I guess I can stop ranting. But the trolls, they're just that, people. They're trolls. Don't give them the time of day, because it's just not worth our time and energy to do so. So we're proud of our organization. We absolutely need to do better on the field. But, that isn't all that our organization is about. Right. There's so much more to our organization and to our people. So don't degrade the organization because you lost a football game. That's ridiculous to me. And you're ridiculous, and you know who you are. I think I'm done now. Sorry for all of that language and everything else, but those types of people, they're always the ones, they're that armchair quarterback that could have called the game better, that, they do it on NFL stuff as well. They're the ones that have nothing better in their life than to grab onto this stuff. And this guy is a school teacher. I wouldn't want this guy teaching my kids.
All right.
It's sad. I feel sorry for you trolls. I really do. You clearly have nothing else in your life but this kind of stuff. And to do it on social media, which is so, again, and the way he did it, if I would publish what he did, the fans would just think he was an idiot. Like how he portrayed himself to me, and then how he portrayed himself to Larry. If he really wanted us to consider something, that was not the way to do it. Not the way to do it. Not too bright. He just was not too bright. So anyway, okay. What else can we talk about?
I think that's it. Like, we're running now long.
I know. I apologize.
You're all good. So away game view party at Lil Jamaica this week. First time there. So incredible Jamaican atmosphere, food.
Jamaican me crazy.
Yeah, they have a bobsled team. I feel bad because that's always the reference people get from that when that's involved. So, but that'll be a first and a cool one. On Sunday, that game is.
Yes, it's a Sunday night game.
Yep.
So we travel Friday night. We're there all day Saturday, Sunday, and fly back Monday.
Yep.
In Massachusetts.
Following week, Heroes and Villains back at the Rush Center, costume contest.
Iowa Barnstormers.
Iowa Barnstormers, and a real cool, we'll post about it, called We Gotcha Girl. So thanks to our friends at Raddison, Fox Communities Credit Union, we'll be doing a feminine hygiene product drive that you've probably seen at the Gamblers and some of the other teams that Fox Communities Credit Union, say that right a bunch of times, supports. So that helps young girls who can't afford that at local schools. So you get a BOGO offer to a future Blizzard game if you come donate. So they will be set up in the lobby, and they are a costume contest judge. So you can do all of that at the same table.
Right.
So
they'd see you.
Yep.
Yeah, and make sure if you are coming in costume, make sure you let them see you, because a lot of times we have people that show up after the costume stuff has already kind of been picked. So we're looking at that as you're walking in.
Yes.
And getting to your seats. So don't go in the bathroom and change and then try and find somebody, or,
Right.
We've seen some great costumes that try to walk on the field.
Yeah.
And it's already been picked as you're coming through the lobby. So if you're coming in costume, make sure they see you in the lobby.
Yep. That's what I got.
Okay, we're not going to any movies.
No, you're going back to a beach.
Going back to a beach. I'm beaching it. I need to relax. I need to take a Valium or two.
Oh, good.
I'm kidding.
Powered by, sponsors like
I'll have to talk to the sponsors now. I apologize, but I just, again, it's not necessary. That's my point. It's not necessary.
All good. And
we need to do better.
Yeah.
As a football team.
Come out to the view party, stream the away game at home, if not, and we'll see you on March 31st at home with the Rush, yeah?
That is true.
Awesome.
We'll see you back here before that.
Oh, yes,
though.
absolutely. Yeah, there'll be Blizzness in between.
Yeah.
Shall we hit him with it?
Let's hit them.
Go Blizz. Don't forget to like, follow,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that notification bell to get all of our content in your inbox.